Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table Independent Edition. It is Friday and we're reviewing Infinite Space Explorers.
Infinite. See, doing that was more fun than playing Infinite Space Explorers.
Gather a flotilla of starships, explore as many stars as possible, collect weapons and artifacts, and return to your homeworld. Count the value of everything brought back. The winner is the explorer whose voyage has been the most successful.
Infinite Space Explorers!
Before we go on, I gotta tell you, there's a rule in this game, in this thing, called for if somebody wants to retire. That means they said, you know what? I've had enough of you and your space game. I'm going home. See you later. Goodbye.
It's an extremely simple game, which really doesn't even work that well. You know, you can possibly fight in this game, but you know, I don't see why you would.
Set up this game. If you're up playing 4 players, you play the 4-player side. Playing 2 players, play the 2-player side. 3 players, also on the 4-player side. Easy to figure out. Put your spaceship in the corner.
Put your little green thingies in the dots where the stars go.
Put the lime in the coconut.
Grab your die. There are 2. You only need 1.
Well, I got one, so I don't have to pass it to you guys.
That could be it. Yeah.
Whatever.
Make sure you get your flagship. Put it in front of you so everybody can see it. Choose your race card. 1 of 4. There are 7. 3 of them are unused. We're not sure why they're here. Then pick that up and begin your journey by saying, I'm going to go there where that green dot is. That is 1, 2, 3 hexes away, which means I have to roll a 3 or higher. Otherwise, my engine craps out. I roll a 1. My turn's over.
Okay, I'm going to try to go there. I need 3. 6. Yeah!
You make it.
Good job, rolling.
Take a green dot.
I am so awesome at this game. So
Draw
I get
a
a green
card.
dot, which means I get to draw a card.
And you put it in your hand. If you can get it out of the
This
deck.
one. I got another ship, but I not have to tell them that.
No.
Because
There's some interesting art on the cards. A lot of different spaceships. They're quite possibly taken right from the video game that they want to talk about all the time. There's some nice artwork on the back. There are 7 races described on the cards, race cards. Only 4 of the races have flagships. Only 4 of the races are playable. But there are 7. The others are just for your amusement, I guess. Infinite Space Explorers!
this game is just a die roll. You want to do something? Okay, I want to do that. Roll the die. You either do it or you don't do it. I mean, there's a little bit of strategy if you've got a weak fleet.
If Chris and I happen to be flying around space, my ship goes into the same place he is, I say, hey, Chris, I'm going to attack you.
Nah.
Nope, that's it. Is it? Nah.
Hey, well, it gets around to my turn. Hey, Chris, I'm going to attack you.
Nah.
Okay. So I guess I'll just fly around some more, collect more stuff.
I mean,
Hoping that the dice roll doesn't
there
burn
could
out
be
your
player
engines.
interaction if you know,
actually attacked
felt
anybody,
like
or,
it.
or well, not actually attacked anybody. If you actually decided to be attacked,
which seems a little weird.
yeah.
I mean,
Either do the combat or don't do the combat. Don't give people an option to not do combat, because otherwise, there's no point in putting any of this stuff in here.
the bully says, "Playground after school, I'm beating you up." And you say no, and the bully goes, "Oh, okay." Infinite Space Explorers!
Some of these cards got some neat stuff if you ever did the combat, but really, most of the flavor text is confused with the actual use of the card and stuff, and you got to look it up in the rulebook, which is 7 pages long. This game could be described on like the front of 1 page. And you know, I'm glad you didn't read more than the objective there, because all the introduction in here is just adding to the pretentiousness of this game. Everything is like, oh, we're going to call this, you know, some special name when you don't really need to. This has got a special name. Everything's got a special name, and they got to tell you what all that stuff is so it doesn't confuse you. But it's already messing you up.
I'm just waiting for him.
So
You want to fight now?
Nah.
Come on, we got to show them how.
Okay,
the combat
sure,
works.
fine. Okay. Wait.
There's
let me
no
see.
need for
No,
all those rules.
not yet. Well, I choose.
It's ridiculous.
There, now I'll choose to fight. I got a mitt full of cards.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you
So-
lay down your
So
ships.
I'm going to attack you.
Okay.
I roll a 3. I add it to my ship strength, which is 4.
Okay.
So I'm attacking you. So roll your defense.
I'll roll my defense on this dice. Die.
Probably
3
will.
plus 2 is 5. I got more than you. I
Which
defend
means-
against you, which means you die.
But if I
My
roll
defensive shields are rubber, and yours are glue. Whatever you shoot at me bounces off me. It sticks to you.
apparently that's how this game works. That sucks. I just lost my ship, and since that was the only ship I had,
You're out of the
I'm
game.
out of the game. You know what? That's okay.
You know what? It's better just not to fight at all and be peaceful and friendly and whatever. Boring.
Yeah, and it's basically it's random what card you get. It's random what ships you have. It's random whether you can make it to the space or not. And there's this card in here called the Esmeralda card, probably an inside joke for the guys who made it, that forces you to stop, put down all your ships, spread out the rest of your cards, I can take some of them. And you can't do nothing about it because I got Esmeralda and she steals stuff.
Infinite Space Explorers!
Now, the way to get
Heard that
around
about
that is to fly your ship, roll the dice to get to the spaces, roll the dice to get to the spaces, fly your ship back home, stick some of those cards under the corner of your tables. That's my booty, and I'm keeping it there, har. And then fly back out and try and get more stuff. And that stuff is safe. Esmeralda can't steal it. It's all random. So, you could make, unfortunately, this really nice artwork and everything on this game, but you could deal it down to... Okay, who's got the most? I've got 5.
Yeah, I got 4, 5, 6.
I got 4 and 2 aliens that aren't used in the game.
Okay, so Ken wins.
Yep. The rule book, again, is just freaking terrible. It's 7 pages long, and it could have fit on one page. That's it. It's pretentiousness is all it is. It's like a game you could play in just half an hour or whatever, and they draw the rules out unnecessarily into 7 pages. I don't get it. I get the rules. I don't get why they wrote them like that. And their cards, their action cards, if you do actually go and fight, well, most of it's, just flavor text, which again, it's just a distraction. It really doesn't make any sense, unless maybe you know their previous video games or something like that. But unfortunately, some of the stuff that you need to know is mixed in with the flavor text, not separated from it. And it's not all that clear a lot of the time, trying to tell you what to do. You got to look in the rule book all the time. And even in the rule book, sometimes it's not explained very well.
Infinite Space Explorers!
Wrapping up for
Infinite Space Explorers!
I give Infinite Space Explorers a 2.5. Theme is infinite space exploring. Not very infinite, very small board. It looks like space. Picking up the random green dice, getting random cards. Not a lot of exploration. You're not exploring planets. You're not exploring anything. You're just picking up random floating space junk. Easy to play. Very, very, very easy to play. This game could be targeted at
5-year-olds.
5-year-olds, 6-year-olds. They would get it. Maybe it would take them a while before they started throwing the beads at each other's head as a more fun thing to do. Fun to play? No. It's simplistic. It's got some attempt at funny sci-fi stuff going on. But there's nothing there. There's no real game.
Infinite Space Explorers! I wanted there to be a game here. I looked through the 7 pages of rules. And what I learned is that they made a computer game. I don't know when, but apparently it was good. And they made a board game. Which was not so good.
Right.
And this is the board game, and I was hoping to find something that made this game good, but it's
Other than the artwork, maybe.
Infinite Space Explorers! I'll give it a 2, just because I like the artwork.
I just can't enjoy this game. It's just way too simple, way overblown in the description and the flavor text, and it's just unnecessary. It dresses up, it's a 3 dressed up as a 9, and it's not even, it's not even that good. The artwork's not even that good. It's good, but it's not a 9 either. So it's maybe not dressed up that well. Maybe a 3 dressed up as a 6. So I'm just gonna give it a 3. If you forced people to fight in this game and they had no choice, it might make it a little bit more interesting. But okay, first of all, the rule book is terrible. Like I said, it could go all in one page on the front of one side. The rest of it is mostly flavor text, unnecessary descriptions and everything, talking about their other games that they've done, or like the video games and stuff. It's more complicated than it really needs to be. This is a very, very simple game. Now, even if you force people to fight, if you took out the rule where you just say no, most of these cards are just flavor text. And some of the stuff that they can do is mixed into the flavor text, and you're not even sure exactly what it does even after reading that. You got to refer to the rule book all the time. It should be on the card, and the flavor text should just be a little bonus on here. The artwork on the cards is pretty good. I don't know who did them, but the card design, that's all right. It's an attractive little board, but really that dressing it up and talking it up doesn't make it a good game.
Infinite Space Explorers! And that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table Independent Edition. Tune in next Friday when we review another game.
Yeah, that's what we do. Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table. Friday's Independent Edition. And this week we're reviewing Infinity Space Explorers.
Infinity Explorers?
Infinity, I kind of stuttered on that. All right.
Hey, I'll seek soft hand. We bring you provisions. Yeah, soft hand's hurt. He's not hurt. He's dead. Shut up, Far.
He's dying. I'm amazed he survived this long.
We've been tricked. Someone has been ahead of us every step of the way.
I name you Thief of the Scroll.
They killed Will Strongarm! I saw them! Oh, I'm sure they'll try for me next! Trace? Blackwings? Oh, Simeon! Why did you have to take everyone from me? Ah!
Now the power is mine!
Infinite Space Explorers!